Bruce, thanks for taking the time to join us on InvestorStream today. Firstly, it's obviously a very busy start to the month for Anson. You've wrapped up a $600,000 placement, you've acquired a highly prospective tenement in WA, and you also reported a JORC upgrade for the Paradox Basin Brine Project in Utah. Are you able to bring investors up to speed on what you've been working on? And could you also summarise the key takeaways from the past week's announcements?
Yeah, thanks, Alex. Thanks for the invitation. We have had a couple of very busy months, actually, not just weeks. I'm still in the United States, myself and my fellow director, Greg Knox, looking to complete the PEA study in the next short period. Firstly, we've secured the $600,000 investment for investors just recently. Last week it was completed, which we're very pleased about. That'll help us with continuing our work here, getting this PEA completed, and then moving on from there. We've also, of course, acquired the project in Western Australia, the Bull project we call it, which is a nickel-copper PGE project, very close to the Delamar discovery, which we're very pleased to be able to purchase that, and we plan to do some work on it in the near future. We have also announced the JORC resource this week, an upgrade to the JORC resource, which we're very excited about. It's a culmination of a number of months of work, of putting together core and cuttings from libraries here in the United States. We're able to do some test work on that to determine porosity, or specific porosity, which is a key measure of the brine contained in the rock down 6,000 feet. And we put together a model of the geology down there, and putting together a lot of data that was collected during drilling programs in the past, and put that into a 3D model, which gives us further assurance about the amount of brine and bromine and lithium that is down in this project.
Thanks, Bruce. Just looking at the upgraded JORC resource for Paradox you reported on Monday, I understand the project has a very high concentration of bromine, which makes it even more attractive from an economic perspective. Now, I understand bromine isn't a commodity that receives a lot of exposure, particularly here in Australia, but could you just provide a quick rundown on why this is such a compelling near-term opportunity for Anson and its shareholders?
Yes, well, bromine is a very interesting product. It's not well known in Australia. There's no bromine projects in Australia. There's not many bromine projects around the world, but it is contained in seawater, similar to lithium. So it has a concentration in seawater of 40 to 60 ppm. The brine that we have, it has a concentration of bromine around about 3,500 ppm, which makes it much more economic to recover. So in some places in the world, they do actually recover the bromine from seawater, but it takes a lot of energy, a lot of work to get that. So we have a very good project here in bromine, and we are taking that forward at the moment through the PEA process. So a very exciting opportunity for us. We're looking to use that project, use the bromine to generate cash flow and take us into the next stage of the project, which is to extract the lithium as well. So lithium, as you know, is a little bit more difficult to extract using technologies. Those technologies are not particularly well developed at this point in time, whereas bromine has been around for 100 years in the United States and other places. And the technology is well known and understood and costed, proven, and all that means that the project is de-risked by using an existing technology. So we'll be applying off-the-shelf solutions, process solutions being used by other companies in the United States and other places, and that'll help us to get a very clear indication through our PE process of the costs that are involved and the return that'll be on the investment. So we're quite excited about that. The bromine, why is it an opportunity? Well, it's used in a lot of applications for products that we're probably looking at and using at the moment. So it's used in screens as a fire retardant. It's used in cars as a fire retardant. It's used in a lot of electronic products for fire retardant. Furniture, it's legislated to be used in sofas and beds in the United States and around the world. It's actually a requirement to include bromine to slow the burn rate of materials. But it's also used in a number of other applications, including oil drilling as a way of suppressing pressure. It's used in pharmaceuticals and agriculture, so it has quite a wide range of applications. One of the new ones that some of the companies are working on around the world is in batteries. So that's a red flow battery, bromine battery, which has a longer storage capacity than the lithium battery. So it's a new technology currently under development at the moment. So all that means that the market is growing quite quickly. The CAGR over the next 5 years is around about 5%. China and the USA are the two major markets, and we're in the United States, and we have good links into China. So that gives us some advantage as well with this project.
Thanks, Bruce. Now, obviously, your immediate focus is on delivering some very important near-term milestones in the US with Paradox. However, you also added a tenement to your WA portfolio last week, which, as you mentioned earlier, looks to be in a prime location. Can you provide listeners with a quick update on your WA exploration strategy?
Yes, well, that was a really interesting opportunity there with Chavez Gold finding a discovery there at Jelimar for nickel, copper, and PGE. We had the opportunity of picking up one of these a project very near there. It's around about 20 kilometres away from where they made the discovery. So we have a number of other assets in Western Australia, the Midwest and further up, and we are interested in copper and nickel, adding that onto our existing portfolio. So yeah, we've decided to pick that project up, take the opportunity to do some work over it over the next few months and see if we can find something similar to what is found already at Jelimar.
Now, as you point out, the PEA for the Paradox Basin Brine Project is getting very close. Just before you go, Bruce, are you able to leave listeners with a quick recap of some of the other areas you'll be zeroing in on over the next few months?
Yes, we can. So the Paradox Brine Project PEA, I've seen the drafts. It's very near to completion. There's just some final touches up that they're doing to the actual report itself. So in the very near future, we'll be able to come out with the results of that. That's the first step in taking this project forward. So the JORC resource that we announced, the upgrade we announced this week, is part of that as well. It's fed into the PEA, so it gives us a better idea or assurance of exactly how much material is there. And then the PEA takes us to the next step, which is a PFS. So there'll be some more work that we'll be doing over the next few months, further developing the information or the costings and the detail engineering work that we are doing at the moment on the PEA. Will extend that into a PFS. And all of this is done by a third party, so an engineering company in Utah. It's an independent report providing clarity for investors exactly what the opportunity is. And we're quite excited about seeing that come to the market and people start to understand what we've been seeing over the past few months.
Fantastic, Bruce. Really appreciate you joining me today. Obviously, it's been quite a busy week, so thanks for taking some time out to chat with us today, and we look forward to seeing how that pipeline of news develops over the next weeks and months.
Thank you. So if the investors and shareholders are interested, there's more information that is available on our website and also through Twitter. We're putting a lot of information out on Twitter. This provides us with an opportunity of providing education about the bromine opportunity, and I hope that people will look at that.